Today we are looking at healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle is a way of living that lowers the risk of being seriously ill or dying early. Not all illness and disease is preventable. However, a large proportion of deaths, particularly those from coronary heart disease and lung cancer, can be avoided. Scientific studies have identified certain types of behavior that contribute to serious illness and early death. Healthy lifestyle is a way of living that helps you enjoy more aspects of your life. Health is not just about avoiding a disease or illness. It's about physical, mental, and social well-being too. Healthy lifestyle is a way of living that helps your whole family. When you adopt a healthy lifestyle, you provide a more positive role model for other people in your family, particularly children. You will also create a better environment for them to grow up in. By helping them to follow a healthier lifestyle, you'll be contributing to their well-being and enjoyment of life now and in the future. Smoking is the greatest single self-imposed risk to health of all. It is a risk to you because of issues of respiratory illness, coronary heart disease, and cancer. It's a risk to your family. Respiratory illness, chest, nose, ear, and throat infections. Your family's risk are increased 2 or 3 times if you smoke. Babies who are exposed to tobacco smoke at home are at an increased risk of sudden infant death. Young children who have 1 or more parents who smoke are twice as likely to suffer with chest problems in their first year of life. They will have more chest, nose, ear, and throat infection than children whose parents do not smoke. They are also more likely to take up smoking themselves later in life. If you are pregnant, you can damage your baby's chances of being healthy by smoking even before the baby is born. Tobacco-related diseases not only lead to many premature deaths, but also to years of disease and disability. 1/2 of all people who smoke regularly will be killed by cigarettes, half in middle age and half in their senior years. If you stop smoking before middle age, you will avoid almost all the increased risk that would have otherwise occurred. Even stopping smoking in the middle age can lower your risk. If you don't use tobacco, don't start. If you do use tobacco, you can lower your risk by stopping now. The health benefit will start immediately. Physical activities. Whatever your age, physical activity plays an important part in your health and well-being. Some people think it's only sportsmen and women who need to build physical activity into their lives. However, everyone needs to keep their body working well in order to be healthy. The 3 main components of being physically fit are stamina, strength, and suppleness. Physical activity is necessary to stimulate the body's own natural maintenance and repair system. Your bones, joints, and muscles, especially your heart, will actually stay younger if you keep them busy. If you are not physically active, you will increase your health risk in many ways. Risk to you: coronary heart disease, strokes, high blood pressure, breathlessness, flabby body, little energy, stiff joints, osteoporosis, poor posture, and overweight. Risk to your family: lack of energy for your sexual relationship, lack of energy for your children, grandchildren, and a poor role model. If you are already physically active and use some parts of your body in your work, you may need to find opportunities to use other parts in different ways to maintain a balance between stamina, strength, and suppleness. If you are developing a more Western lifestyle, living in town, using labor-saving devices, and riding in cars, buses, and trams rather than walking, you are more at risk of becoming unfit. You need to find opportunities to develop stamina, strength, and suppleness. If you're already physically active, continue being so and use more variety of movement. Stamina: you need a well-developed circulatory system to the heart and lungs to give you the ability to keep going without gasping for breath. With stamina, you have a slower, more powerful heartbeat and will be able to cope more easily with prolonged or heavy exercise. Strength: you need well-toned muscles to give you the ability to do physical work. When your shoulder, trunk, and thigh muscles are toned up, they work well, and you will not experience strains and injuries as often. Suppleness: developing good mobility in your neck, spine, and joints will prevent you spraining ligaments and pulling muscles and tendons. You will also be less likely to experience aches and pain from stiff joints. One good feature of a Western lifestyle is that more people are walking and cycling to work, and some are even jogging. Provided you build up to jogging gradually, can be good for you. However, if you have access to a pool, vigorous swimming can provide stamina, strength, and suppleness to the greatest effect. When you want to start physical activity or exercises, you need to do the following. You need to identify when you could be more physically active and how. For example, you can put more physical effort into housework, walk briskly, get off the bus or tram one stop early, and choose to climb the stairs even if there is a lift. Then play sports. One note of caution here is you start slowly. Don't do too much too soon. Listen to your body. If you experience dizziness, nausea, pain, and extreme tiredness, you are doing too much too soon. If you are comfortable with what you are doing, increase the amount of exercise and build it up gradually. Aim at half an hour of moderately intense physical activities, 5 or more times a week. Moderately intense physical activities means you should get slightly out of breath. This is healthy. If your muscles are working better, so is your heart. More is better every day. When you do this, what will you achieve? You'll be less at risk from major illnesses and minor ailments such as colds. You have more energy to spend on living. You feel more healthy. Here's what some people said when they have become more physically active. I feel better. I sleep better. As a husband, once I started taking an active part in the housework, my wife and children appreciate me more. Being more active gives me more energy. My family saw how I benefited very quickly. Now they join me for brisk walk. There is a direct relationship between your level of physical activity and how much energy you use up from the food you eat. If you eat more than you use, the surplus energy is stored as body fats. This means that you become overweight, which in itself increases your risk of disease and disability. This risk is increased even more if you also use tobacco and drink more than the recommended number of units of alcohol. Then, healthy eating. It is important to enjoy the food you eat, and eating in a healthier way may be even cheaper. Some traditional beliefs of what makes up a healthy diet may be really good, such as eating home-preserved vegetables, but other traditional beliefs are disease-promoting. Example, eating large quantities of fatty meat daily. Recent evidence have shown that eating too much meat with animal fat is risky to our health. Only very small amounts of lean meat are needed, and not every day. In fact, the less meat and animal fat we eat, the better. Risk from being overweight. Risk to you means you are prone to coronary heart disease, high blood pressure, non-insulin dependent diabetes, constipation, joint pain, being out of breath. Your risk multiply if you eat too much animal fat, smoke, drink alcohol, and take very little exercise. Risk to your family. Coronary heart disease, development of bad eating habits, poor life expectancy. But having a healthy lifestyle isn't only about being the right weight for your height. Being healthy is also about what you eat, choosing the right food. The most up-to-date research suggests that you can build a healthy and balanced diet by choosing your food as if you are building a food pyramid. So, you eat potatoes, bread, rice, and cereal. These starchy foods are not fattening unless you cook or serve them with fat. In fact, these foods give you energy for all the activities of your daily life. In addition, they are a good source of protein, vitamins, and minerals, as well as starch. They should definitely form the main part of most meals and prevail every meal. If possible, eat whole grain varieties of cereal, such as those high in fiber. The additional benefit is that fiber can help to prevent constipation and other bowel disorders. Remember, potatoes are an excellent source of vitamin C, especially if you do not peel them, and can therefore help to prevent anemia if eaten together with iron-containing foods. So eat more potatoes, bread, cereal, rice every day. Vegetable and fruits. Vegetables are the main source of minerals and vitamins in our diet. Many of us do not eat enough of either, so eating vegetables traditionally growing in your area may be available all year round. Try to eat what is in season and add beans and lentils, which are excellent sources of mineral. Eat more iron-containing foods such as green vegetables, You can even grow your own vegetables and use them directly from the garden. Fruit is also a good source of mineral and vitamins. Try to eat seasonal fruits and preserve as many of the wild or garden fruits as you can by freezing, canning, or drying them. Eat more than 5 portions of vegetables and fruits every day. Meat, fish, and pulses. Eating too much fat or animal fat is the main cause of ill health. Our bodies need very little, but most of us eat too much. We have heard of saturated fats. These are found mainly in the meat of cows, pig, and sheep, and in products which include their meat and fat, such as sausages, meat pies, beef burgers. Eating too much saturated fat can lead to a coronary heart disease and being overweight. Unsaturated fats, however, are found only in oily fish, chicken, eggs, turkey, duck, beans, and lentils, and foods made from these. Unsaturated fat may be better for you, but eating too much fat of any type can increase your weight. It is better to buy a small amount of lean meat rather than fatty meat or solid fat. It is better to eat more fish of all kinds. Don't forget to increase your iron intake by eating liver. Traditional meals using peas, beans, and lentils provide good nourishment. Remember to cut down on any animal fat used in cooking. Example, in soup, do not add fat and do not fry food for. Where fat is involved, less is best. Milk and dairy produce. Milk, cheese, and yogurt are good sources of protein, vitamins, and mineral, but they are also high in animal fat. To achieve a healthy lifestyle, it is important to eat some milk and dairy produce. If semi-skimmed or skimmed milk is available, this is better for adults as it contains less fat. And of course, the best milk for babies and young toddlers is breast milk, which contains everything they need for up to 6 months of age for their healthy start in life and can be continued for up to 2 years. Fats, oil, and sugar. The tip of the pyramid is the smallest part. This reflects how little you should eat from this food group. Less is better. If you use any fat or oil in cooking, use less. Steaming, boiling, grilling without extra oil or fat helps to cut down your total intake of fat. Reduce the amount of fat in all your recipes. Eat bread without spreading butter on it. Try to cut down on sugar as it causes dental decay and may increase your weight and doesn't give you any micronutrients. What do you need to do? Use the pyramid to monitor what you eat. Do your traditional recipes. Give you a healthy diet. If they contain potatoes, bread, rice, pasta, vegetables, and fruit, continue to enjoy them. Try not to be tempted to switch to imported processed Western food. This may be too rich in fat, and sugar will increase many of your health risks. If you have opportunity to choose what to eat, make sure most of your food comes from the potato, rice, cereal, pasta, vegetables, and fruit. If you have very little choice over what to buy, vary the method of cooking to avoid eating too much fat. Boil, steam, or grill rather than frying them. And try to introduce fresh, locally produced vegetables and fruits. Take local advice on minimizing damage. Grow and eat more vegetables of all kinds and harvest them when you need them. If you eat a lot of food rich in animal fat and oil, try to reduce the quantity and do not add extra fat or oil when cooking vegetables. Avoid adding salt to your meal at the table. However, when you do use salt in cooking, ensure that you buy iodized salt, which prevents cocaine deficiency. If you are a woman of childbearing age, it is vital to try and prevent anemia, which increases the risk of complication during and after childbirth. Do this by eating foods rich in iron, meat, fish, and liver, along with foods rich in vitamin C, fresh vegetables, and avoid iron inhibitors such as tea. Try to drink tea about 2 hours after finishing a meal, since tea contains phenols which will inhibit the absorption of iron present in your meal. Infants, the best food is breast milk, which contains everything they need to give them a healthy start in life. Young infants should have nothing. No water, dried milk, sugared water, or tea except breast milk for the first 6 months, and breastfeeding can continue until 2 years of age. Above all, eat more locally produced vegetables and less animal fat. What will you achieve? You'll be less at risk from major illnesses. You give your children a better start in life. You will feel and look more healthy. Here's what some people said when they eat more balanced diet. I've got interested in cooking food again. I'm amazed. It seems to be cheaper to eat a healthy diet. My boy problem seems to have ceased. The children look better and don't get ill as often. Finally, if you are drinking alcohol, only drink small quantity. Indeed, drinking small quantities of alcohol can reduce the risk of heart disease for older people if it does not conflict with any medication being taken. However, the amount we drink, the number of times we drink increases, so do the risk. Why? It raises blood pressure, which increases the risk of stroke, stomach disorders, depression and emotional disorder, cancers, and particularly of the mouth, throat, and gullet, hepatitis and cirrhosis of the liver, malnutrition, accidents at home, at work, and on the road, suicide, risk to your family, violence, accidents, perhaps influenced by you, less to spend on food, poor role model for children, increased risk of divorce. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, you can damage your baby by drinking alcohol. If you don't drink alcohol, don't start. If you do drink alcohol, you can lower your health risk by cutting down or even stopping now. What will you achieve? You'll be less at risk from developing major illnesses. You'll be less at risk from violence and accidents. You'll feel more healthy and you will influence your family's healthy lifestyle. How much alcohol can you drink with low risk? 1 unit of alcohol contains about 10 grams of alcohol and is roughly equivalent to 1 bottle. That's 250 ml of ordinary strength beer. That's 5 to 4%. 1 glass, 100 ml of wine, and 1 small glass of vodka. 200 milligrams of vodka. Drinks often contain 2 or more units in a single glass. If you drink up to 2 units a day of alcohol free from impurities, there is little chance of any risk to your health. If you regularly drink more than 1 unit per day, there is an increasing risk to your health. If you drink more than 4 units in 1 day, there is an increased risk of injury and accident, as well as increasing risk to your health. Here's what some people said when they had to cut down on alcohol. It was difficult. I felt strange for a while, but then I noticed I was more alert. Friends told me I'm more fun to be with. My sexual performance improved. I discovered we had fewer rules at home. I felt happy and my mood swing stops. I would like to hear your comments on the video below. If you like our videos, kindly subscribe, share, turn on your notifications so you get our videos as they drop.